Warning! The following program is designed for entertainment purposes only. The guys have no clue what they are talking about, and any correct predictions made are completely luck. The opinions expressed are those of the Fired Up Sports Network, and if you are offended, boo-hoo. Now enjoy the show.
Good morning, everyone. Week 5 NFL season. We're here. I am on location in New Orleans. That's the only way I'll describe it. Is I'm in New Orleans. Gentlemen, good morning. Mr. Scarola, Mr. Punch. How's everything?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone, by the way, some of my greatest work last night was done. I don't know if anyone got to see Billy's picture on our new website, firedupsportsnetwork.com. It was fantastic. Some of my best work. For those that you haven't seen it, here it is. It's great.
I mean, he couldn't even meet Piston Honda, for Christ's sake. I mean, Jesus.
You blend in perfectly, like the complexion.
It was. Oh, I mean, listen, Billy.
Right
I will say this: it wasn't perfect at first. I did have to adjust a little bit. I had to, tone it up. But yeah, it was. Listen, you throw a good punch. What can I tell you?
I feel attacked.
I don't know if you heard the disclaimer before the show.
Yes, absolutely.
But boo-hoo. All right, so
hey, but me, even though I was attacked, unlike our picks guy, at least I showed up this week.
Yeah, Ducats is on timeout this week. He didn't have a good week last week, so he's in timeout for this week. It's all right. We'll carry the load. Not a worries. All right, so we got some NFL action going on already over the pond. The Jacksonville Jaguars are thinking about relocating, going to Buffalo. Fun and exciting stuff.
Play good there.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. All right, Jeff. Let's do what we do best. Ready for the top 10?
Sure.
Oh, no, let's try to sound less excited. All right. Justin Fields continues his digression and manages to make the worst defense in the NFL look formidable.
Well, I mean, that's when we got Jags. That's over in London. Desmond Ritter is terrible. You gotta get rid of him. Put in that line.
Yeah, in the words of the great Chris Berman, this guy was bumbling all the way to the end zone. King Henry en route to a big win over the Cincinnati Bengals.
Here's my man crush Sunday. Christian McCaffrey, guy is unstoppable. Get 3-4 touchdowns, whatever he had.
In what will be probably the only Patriots highlight we show this year, Hunter Henry with a sick catch.
course, I get this one. This is Diggs. This a high school senior playing with 8th graders. They got to get that defense right. That is just terrible.
All right, I lied. Another Patriots, but this time it's Mac Jones clicking his heels twice, wishing he was back in Alabama. The vaunted Dallas Cowboys defense, pick 6 to the house, and an easy win.
Stafford is his best friend. Tua. Don't know if that's gonna keep it up. Back to speak. I don't know. We'll see.
Listen, AJ, you were talking about before, man amongst boys. AJ Brown is a man playing
So good.
amongst boys. Yeah, he is so good. That offense looked more like itself last week in a big win against Washington.
And Kirk Cousins doing Kirk Cousins things again. Things it up, but he does have good hustle. I'll give him that. He got crushed right there, but yeah, I give him credit.
He
tried.
He got absolutely destroyed.
I mean, Kirk Cousins took the hit of the week too. I mean,
yeah, that was bad. That was really
He got
really
right back
bad.
up though. So
Yeah. Listen, it is. A little preview for later. We do have a very special guest, the New York Giants fangirl herself, Adrianna Iafollo. I'm looking forward to having her on the show. She's gonna give her insight on what's been a tough start for Giants fans.
yeah,
we are not okay. We're not okay.
No. If you know a Giants fan, please check on them. They're not well. They are just not well. All right, guys. Week 5 slate has a lot of games. It was tough. You know, we try to do 5 games that we think have some sort of storyline and, you know, some sort of something. But this was definitely a tough week. This game, honestly, even though it's my team, up until about a day ago, had no storyline at all. But JT is back. No, I am not referencing Justin Timberlake. I am talking about Jonathan Taylor. Jeff, as a Colts fan, I had zero thought that I would see this man in a Colts jersey. I fully assumed that he was going to be traded to you guys because it made all the sense in the world. But yeah, JT is back. Yeah, JT is back in a Colts jersey. I think, you know, speaking with Billy, what I think was really the thing, I feel like that management, you know, ownership, and as well as the coaches didn't think that the offense would gel as well as they have this early on. And I think that was like a big factor in not signing JT, because they're like, why do I have to put money into this right now where we're not going to be competitive? I think Anthony Richardson has proven a lot of people, including myself, wrong. I will be the first to say it. The kid looks like the real deal.
he's pretty good, man.
Yeah,
I didn't like him that much in college. Like, my dad's a big Gator fan, and you know, I watched a lot of Gator games, and yeah, no, I didn't really see much in him, but there was all this hype around him, and now I can see why. The guy's built like a linebacker. He's got a sick arm. He's fast. Can't get him take that. Like, it's just the guy's really
The kid's got a rifle, man.
What I'm telling you, and I think a lot of people are telling you that they made the right choice, the Colts, this time, and you just didn't want to hear it. You didn't want
I was still stuck on Mayo Boy. You know, this is a big game for us. You know, I think JT comes back today. I don't think he's going to have a full workload. I think he's still going to see a lot of Zach Moss. That defense is kind of banged up. No Shaq Leonard, no Pay. So there's a couple of guys out. Jacksonville doesn't scare me as much as they did last year. I think that this matchup today will go a long way to deciding the AFC South division.
No, the Colts are definitely right there. And like you said, Richardson it's everybody during the draft time. He's a project. He can get there, but he's a project. Nobody saw this coming, the Colts included. And you're probably right. That's why they didn't sign JT sooner. But I mean, the number one thing you got to look at today, in addition to Taylor back on the field, the Titans' pass defense sucks. So I think Richardson is going to have a bigger game through the air than we may think. It might be his best game to date through the air.
All right, who's this wise ass?
Hi, Angela.
It's got to be. got to be right. Got to be Angelo.
Usually is.
Who else would it be?
But you're right though. The Colts do have it. This is a wide open division to me, especially Jacksonville. Just when you think they get started, they regress. I don't know what's going on there, but I mean the Colts have a shot, especially if they can win today.
Oh no, it's Schneidman. All right,
Oh,
I'll let you slide this time.
Nice.
All right.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. So let's go in. Let's cut into the next game here. This one's gonna be hard to watch, man. As a team, as a fan of both, of neither team, but like if you're a fan of either of these teams, this is gonna be a brutal matchup. Steelers versus the Ravens. This is always a big rivalry game. Is it confirmed that Mitchell Trubisky will be the starter today?
No, Kenny Pickett's playing.
Kenny Pickett is playing.
Pickett's playing, yeah.
Oh, that's good to know because I have Trubisky starting in my fantasy league, and I great, awesome. This is super. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, Billy, take over while I make a change on my fantasy team. Thanks.
All right. Let's give Joe a second. In the third world country his wife made him travel to, they don't have player updates, so we'll just go.
This is Nashville's Wish.com version.
I mean,
pretty good, Billy. That's good.
The Ravens are going to run the ball, and that's what they're going to do, and that's just who the Ravens are, Jeff. I mean, they're going to get you a little through the air, but the Ravens' game is to run. Lamar Jackson is back to the running Lamar Jackson that we saw win an MVP. I just don't see how the Steelers are going to keep up with them.
The Steelers' offense with Kenny Pickett, without Kenny Pickett, is really bad. They're not good. I don't even know if they even scored 20 points yet this season. Offensively, the Ravens look like they're starting to click. I like it. One thing I do like is the underdog, which is the Steelers. It's a different type of Steelers team, but the underdog, 24-7-3 against the spread in the last 34 matchups. It's always close, and it's usually the underdog who's taking it. But this isn't a Big Ben. This isn't a. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, so this isn't Big Ben Steelers. This isn't that team. I think the Ravens just run rampant around them. Last 6 games, I think it was like a 1-score game, like the last 6 games they played. But Lamar just needs to avoid TJ Watt. If he avoids TJ Watt, the Ravens are going to run away with this pretty fast too. I think it'll be over by halftime.
I think they're going to run it, but I also think we're going to see a big game from Zay Flowers at the same time. I mean,
they got to double up on TJ Watt though. Like they got to keep him away from Lamar.
Oh,
no, you know what they have, guys? You know what they have to do? They have to fucking fire Matt Canada. The guy is a train wreck of an offensive coordinator.
Did you see?
They have to like
you see how he made
back to Canada.
Did you see how he made a burner account? On
yeah,
Twitter? Yeah, dude. Like you can't use he used his Steelers email. You got to be a little smarter than that.
I don't understand.
Obviously the guy's not smart.
No.
Obviously the guy has pictures of Mike Tomlin.
Promoting him,
I just don't understand where
he keeps getting promotion.
What the hell is going on there?
He's trying to be so bad he gets promoted to be. Maybe he'll be the owner one day. I don't know.
No, Chet, I honestly don't think Najee Harris has a good game because you know why? They're going to be playing from behind and they're going to have to throw the ball. So I don't see Najee Harris having a good game. And it's part of the reason Najee Harris hasn't had a good season yet is because they're constantly playing from behind.
But you can also think like there's a good chance like they're going to be throwing the ball, yes. But there might be a lot of just quick screens right to Najee. He might get a couple catch. If you're in a PPR league, I think he'll be okay. I don't think he's going to run rampant. But we're usually wrong anyway. So I mean, whatever we say, just do the opposite. Really,
it's all going to depend on how quick of a lead Baltimore jumps out to. Really, because they're down 2 scores. Screens ain't going to cut it.
No.
Yeah, guys, I just added really quickly for those on Facebook. I just added the link. Just click on that really quickly. You'll be able to add StreamYard as an app on your Facebook, so then when you're commenting, we could actually see who's commenting and keep the flow going here.
Yes, we'd like to put a name to the insults. Thank you.
Yes. We welcome the insults, guys. Please do not think that we do not welcome.
I'm pretty good at picking out who's who, though.
Yeah, I mean, because they all have the same jokes.
I mean, you're 4-0 in parlays. How could we
I'm good
question
at
your?
picking. Yeah, I can pick.
How can we question your
specifically
picks?
Ian. Ian's kind of like a one-track pony when it comes to insults.
He only knows about
or
7
trick?
words, so you know.
One trick. I'm sorry, Sig. I'm surprised he didn't jump all over that one too.
Well, we still got time.
Yeah. I'm going to switch heads. But, guys, we're going to head over to the next game. I know it's you two. Phillies, Rams. This one has a little intrigue, a little comeback today.
The biggest question for me, Jeff, is Cooper Kupp coming back enough? I don't know. This Eagle offense, as we saw in our highlights with A.J. Brown leading the way, they are freaking good. I mean, I love the Rams receivers. Don't get me wrong. Puka, Tutu Atwell surprised the shit out of me, I'll say, during Cooper Kupp's absence. Is him coming back enough to bring them back to where they once were?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Stafford's still Stafford. He still throws the ball good. Having Cooper Kupp back is helpful, but I don't think it's really their offense that's the problem more than their defense. You have Aaron Donald, and you really don't have anything else after that. And
you know what the big thing is? Speaking on that one, Sua Upita making his 5th career start today at right guard is going to have Aaron Donald in front of him most of the day. It could be a nightmare.
It could be, but between Jalen Hurts, he's got enough fast guys where he can get the ball out quick, which that's basically what he's been doing. He has legs, he can run. I think he'll be okay there. They're using DJ Swift way more now, so I'm happy about that because that guy is an animal, and I was waiting for him to give him the ball. Gave him the ball. Guy's ready to rock and roll.
So, guys, time out for 1 second. It took us to the 16:58 mark for our first Swift reference of this Sunday. Way to go, Jeff.
Yeah, but it's the real Swift. It's not the one trying to take advantage and become a bigger star by using somebody. But I like the Eagles a lot. Let's move 2.5 points, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's James from the I believe he's from the Delaware area. Phenom Sports Picks. He's been posting some picks and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean I've been following it. The sharps are all over the Rams right now. The sharps are all over the Rams.
It's going to be. I mean, and one of the best matchups we're going to watch in that game all day. The Eagles' pass defense has only allowed 1 touchdown all year.
Yeah.
And now the Rams are going to be out there with 3 strong wide receivers. So that is going to be the good matchup to watch and probably going to go a long way in determining the outcome there.
What's the over-under on how many times we see the brotherly shove today? 4th and 1. How many? What do you say?
Oh,
2
yeah.
times?
I saw actually early this morning that the NFL and the NFLPA have already said they're going to be meeting at the end of the year to determine if they're going to make that illegal.
Why?
Guys are getting hurt. I mean, the Giants, we lost our center and our backup tight end last week because
you guys don't know how to do it correctly.
Yeah, probably.
Billy's doing it just fine.
That's
You're
probably
not doing
right.
correctly this year. So, hey, Enzo, all right.
He's there.
You want to give us a quick pick right now? Give us a can't lose pick right now, Enzo.
Duckets, where's my video, Duckets? I thought you went on the lam after last week's performance. Saints and Connor TD. We've unlocked degenerate zone. Like like this Simville. This is Degenerateville.
Angelo the Greek is
Angelo.
God.
This one here, I tossed and turned with this one when doing my picks. It doesn't smell right. That line does not smell right. The Vikings have been god awful. Okay. They should be way bigger dogs to the Chiefs. Way bigger dogs.
Yeah, especially in a get-right game for Mahomes, too. I think
you look at what the Chiefs did last week.
Oh, my God, Cook. Jesus Christ. I'm watching
the Chiefs last week. I'm not overly shocked at this.
Yeah, but that's the worst you're going to see Mahomes this year. He's like, this is a perfect team for him to break out. Like, perfect team. They can't stop anybody, and that man just wants to throw the ball. So, I'll get into that later with my pick, but my parlay pick, trying to go 5-0. But yeah.
Angelo, I would
Absolutely.
listen. I mean, why can't you make them 7, Angelo? Truthfully, why can't you make them 7? You can't tell me that they're not. You know, so actually no, I take that back. Never mind.
I mean, you look at it this way. The reality is they're a bad penalty call away from being 2-2 right now. So making it 3.5, like it's not that. It really isn't that far fetched for it to be 4. I'm sorry. I agree. I agree.
I guess. Yeah, no, that's why I retracted, Angela, because I yes, you're right. You know, if you go 7 on the road, they're 10 to 12. Yeah, I guess.
That's true.
Understood.
Next, a big game, man. I want to watch this game. It's gonna be good tonight.
This is, I mean, yeah, I'm hoping that I'm not sitting eating beignets and crawfish during this game, but yeah, I know. I tried grilled oysters for the first time last night. Yeah, they don't sound.
I'm not
as
a
good.
seafood guy, man. Like,
I love seafood.
Oysters
to me are like just big snot rockets.
Yeah,
that sounds about as good as watching Dak Prescott play. I'm sorry.
Speaking of Dak Prescott, in the game of the week, the Sunday Night Football game of the week, it's the Cowboys and the Niners. This game is going to go a long way to deciding the number 1 seed in the NFC. Both teams have been playing very well. Obviously, the Cowboys had that one little hiccup against the Cardinals, but you know, I think it's a great game. I mean, Jeff, would we say that this is the first true test that Brock Purdy is going to face this season?
Maybe depends.
I mean, look at the defense.
Diggs, I mean, you don't have him there. They're kind of hurt. Their defense. I mean, it all depends. I mean, I guess it really falls on Micah Parsons. Really, like if he can get to him. But I mean, as if we're talking about like a pass, like a rush, like I don't think anyone will get to him nearly. I don't know. I don't know. Now that I think about it,
I just don't.
So goddamn good, and they're fast. They're so good.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
I don't know if they're even gonna. If Parsons is even gonna be a part of this, because I think that's who they're looking at, and I think that's how they're gonna plan for today. Just quick passes, give it to McCaffrey, Ayuk. Did you know? I saw a stat about Ayuk. I don't mean to jump into this game, but every catch he's made so far this year has resulted in a touchdown or a first down. That's it.
Yeah, listen. He is the one guy. He is the one guy that I targeted in every single one of my fantasy leagues. Every single one. That was the guy on my list. I was him. The other guy that I targeted was Jamar Gibbs, and it's just that's
working out well.
Yeah, no, it's I just don't understand why you're spending a top. Not to get off, why the Lions spend the top 10 or top 15 pick on a running back only to force feed David Montgomery every fucking time with the ball. It's really, really
Montgomery's young too. He only got drafted 2019, 2020, something like that. 2019.
I mean, Montgomery's doing now what everybody thought he was going to do in Chicago, but it never worked out.
That's the problem.
But just the big thing with Purdy, though, Purdy's 12-0 in games he started and finished. 30-plus points in 10 of those 12. One of them was against Dallas in the playoffs last year. It was one of the only games he did. One of the only two games I put 30-plus up. But difference is now, no Tavon Diggs, like Jeff said. Will Dallas be able to put as much pressure knowing they don't have Diggs, who basically eliminates a wide receiver into one-on-one coverage?
Yeah, but don't forget, you have Stephon Gilmore back there. Okay, Stephon Gilmore is still a plus cornerback.
Okay, so he'll cover Ayuk. Now, who covers Devo? Who covers McCaffrey? Who covers Kittle?
And then, exactly. So you're talking then 2 linebackers going out there on McCaffrey and Kittle. I'll take that matchup any day of the week.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, not for nothing. I'm sorry, but Kittle to me is kind of a shell of the player that he once was. He's not targeted nearly as
But
much as he.
again, you need him to be
He's a
your fourth
Pro Bowl
option
next
at this
year.
point.
Huh?
Let
But guys,
him be your fourth option. I'll take George Kittle as a fourth option all day long
Yeah.
because realistically, he is now.
Most
He's your-
tight ends are. Unless your
He's
name's
your-
Kelvin.
He's your fourth option. The best way for Dallas to be in this game tonight is to get Pollard open and then try to expose the 49ers secondary with a couple of deep passes, which I don't know if Dak can even do.
Pollard has been an epic letdown this year.
He's got to,
really bad.
if he can get
But my
going
thing is-
and they can open up the back end of the field for the receivers with that secondary, that's the only shot you have.
No, I get it. I think this game is going to come down to. I think that this game truly comes down to is they need to, and it's going to come down to Parsons, and it's going to come down to the other end is Lawrence, correct? Right, guys?
Yeah.
Anybody? Lawrence,
Dexter,
correct?
yeah,
The other
that's
end?
correct.
Dexter Lawrence. Okay. It's going to come down to those two getting to McCaffrey in the backfield. You have to take away McCaffrey. Like, I know it sounds a lot easier.
You're not going to take him away.
You got to
You have to
contain him. Contain him is the right word there.
You have to get him in the backfield. You cannot these stretch runs, these they call them mountain screens, where he just kind of, as he's running out, and then he has a built-in barricade in front of him, and you see it. You saw it in the top 10. Those are the plays you have to take away. I think Parsons is going to have to be he's going to run ragged. You have to get into Purdy's face because, like you said, Billy, the guy's averaging 30 points a game. It's it's wild thinking that this guy was the last pick in the draft, and this is what he's doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's a system quarterback. We're not gonna exactly anoint him, Tom Brady, but I think that this game goes a long way to dictating the rest of the season. I like Dallas. I just like Dallas tonight. I just, I really do.
Okay.
I really like Dallas tonight. I just think the world right now is eating up everything 49ers.
I mean, do you blame them?
No, but that's what I'm thinking. Like right now, like here, I'm going to do a live look right now. Okay. Right now, 66% of the money is on the San Francisco 49ers. You would think that they were playing a team that's just inept. Prescott has looked much better this year. He's not as big with the interceptions. I just.
What's where they play the games, man? You never know. You never know.
Pete,
a lot of people.
It's actually it's the exact opposite. The line is saying to bet the Niners. Because why would the Niners have pretty much blown out everyone they played. It hasn't even been close. And now they're only 4 points against the Cowboys. Something doesn't smell right.
There was
Cowboys all day long.
lot of talk this week about how the 49ers even played anyone good. So
that goes to my
you can say that about the 49ers too, but answer me this. When is the last time the Dallas Cowboys have come up big when they were supposed to? They don't do it.
90,
They don't. Yeah, exactly. Call Jimmy Johnson and ask him because he's probably the last one with a clue about it.
Yeah, you're probably right. Right.
That's the point there. And that's why the money's going in on the 49ers because people don't believe in the Dallas Cowboys.
I still think it's going to be a fun game no matter what.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you.
Trevor Lawrence, well, guy's a stud. Just runs a lot. When Trevor Lawrence can remember that he can run, that boy can go. He could be pretty good.
Yeah, yep. I mean, it's
oh, Jesus Christ.
Definitely is.
Like folded up like a oh my God. Yikes.
Craziness.
He's going right back out there though, so that's good. But
yep. All right. Jeff, you have some big news to announce. So let's get into that. Let's do some sponsor stuff as we get ready for the second half of the show.
Yeah. Well, we So we have JR Apparel, the shop. We now have finally purchased the domain we've been waiting to get for a couple of years. So firedupsportsnetwork.com is where everything's going to be now. Our blogs, we have bloggers that are already we already have stuff up there already. The shop in there will link you right to JR Apparel. With the JR Apparel for the month of October, we are doing free shipping. Anyone buys anything, free shipping. In the next few weeks, chances are I'm going to have a bunch of shirts on hand. So if you want any, let me know. I'll be able to. Oh, that's not good. I'll be able to have them on me. I'll have fired up shirts. If you want something else, let me know. But it's free shipping. Free shipping the entire month of October. Now's going to be the time to go get some stuff. We have new stuff coming out. I believe this week or next week we should have more stuff. If you want your team or you want a player, reach out to us. Let us know. We'll give it to the people who can do it correctly, and we'll try and get shirts one way or another. But yes, we are live now back on our website, so you can always check that out. firedupsportsnetwork.com. If you want to be a part, if you want to blog, let us know. If you want to show, let us know. Email us. Everything's up and running now. We're ready to rock and roll. There's a few other things we're trying to do podcast-wise. We're in the final stages of that. But once we get that done, if anybody wants it, you can come on over. Let us know. Email us, and we'll send you whatever we need you to send you. And we go from there.
Yep, and we're going to be a new look. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we're going to be a new look. Fired Up Sports Network. We are going to, kind of rebrand, kind of go through everything, and kind of go from there. But all right, looks like we have a caller in our back screen. Let's see, Alex. You just turned off his. Oh, there he is. All right, let's bring him on.
Hi,
Alex. What's going on, buddy? How's everything?
Up, Alex.
good.
Another poor Giant fan. My God.
Another Giant, and a lot of Giants fans here, man. A lot of Giants fans.
Yeah, I know. Part of it is because New York Giants fangirl sent us here.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So let me. We're actually about to bring her on. Did you have a question for us, or did you want to wait for Adrianna to come on?
Well, probably wait just because I'm not too familiar with you guys, but yeah.
No problem. Well, I'm gonna put you back in the back screen. We're gonna get our special guest on in just a few minutes. All right.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
You got it. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oh, she's already paying dividends. Look at that, Adrianna. You're already paying dividends. All right. But without further ado, we're going to get into your game of the week, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's your game of the week, and we're going to bring in our special guest, the New York Giants fangirl herself.
Hello.
Adrianna, what's going on? How's everything?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing well. Enjoying football on this fine Sunday morning.
I'll be
nice
better
to have the 9:30 games.
So, Adrianna, I know we spoke about the kind of the rundown before the show started, but we added a little something just so I can get your inner rage. You are actually going to be the first participant in our new segment called the Rage Room.
Excellent.
Okay, so this is where you can just let it fly. No worries. We're not regulated, so let it fly. All right, but we'll let you know when that's ready. But Jeff, Adrianna, Jets Dolphins. What is there to say about this game?
I think you meant Giants Dolphins.
Sorry, yes, Giants Dolphins. It would have been better if it was Jets Dolphins, but whatever. I will. We'll get to.
This is why we try and mute them.
Yeah, this is why. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. You guys can talk now.
Yeah.
So I, as a Giants fan, I am going into this game with minimal expectations. They have just looked like a shell of themselves. And the problem is, I don't know what the answer is. The simple answer is that everyone needs to execute. The frustrating thing for us as fans is you've got guys like Leo Williams and Xavier McKinney who are veterans in the league that are not doing anything. So going into this season, my expectation was those types of veterans are going to be guys who step up and we're going to have big years out of them. And then, the rookies might take a little while to come on, whatever. But that's not been the case. So a lot of frustration with fans, myself included. What I want to see out of them today is I want the offensive line to pass block. Just like win 50% of the reps instead of 10%. So I just would like to see them give Jones a little bit more time. I want to see Jones make better decisions. I would like to see no interceptions out of him today. And, the offense has to move the ball down the field. They need to score touchdowns, like at least one touchdown. I mean, I think I'd be okay with just one at this point. I was looking at some of the numbers, and I just feel like you could take Waddle, Mostert, Hill, like you could probably just take the overs on all of them and you would probably win. So that's how I'm feeling going into this game.
Sounds positive.
I took the over. Now, let me ask you a question. Now, I'm a Dolphins fan. We'll get into that in a little bit. But do you think what's your thoughts on Daniel Jones? Is he the guy? Is this the last kind of stance like this year, or like what are you thinking about Daniel Jones?
So I have turned a corner on Jones. When they first drafted him, I was furious. I was like, why are you not fixing the offensive line? Like, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is in 2018, whatever it was, 19. Like, so last year, I went into the season just being like, we've got new ownership and I feel like they're turning things around. At this point, I feel like he can still be the guy. Mm-hmm. I think we saw some potential out of him last year. And I honestly just think, unfortunately, like we all know he's not an elite quarterback. I don't expect him to be that. I expect him to be a smart quarterback and not make stupid decisions because he's never going to be the elite guy. So when he has guys like Saquon and Wandale and Waller, he's got to get the ball in their hands. And I will put a lot of blame on the offensive line. They deserve it. If you look at the pass blocking grades, you watch what they're doing week in and week out, they all deserve to be yelled at. But at some point, Jones deserves some of it too. And I think we really saw that last week. I feel like that was the worst game he's ever played as a Giant. So this week, I just want to see him turn it around.
I mean, the biggest, Adrianna, and the biggest thing you got to agree with me on is it's not just Jones. I mean, we know it's the quarterback, especially New York. You're always going to hear the quarterback this, the quarterback that. It's everywhere. We're going into today, week 5, with our 5th different starting offensive line. We can't keep anyone healthy. Andrew Thomas has been out the last 4 games. Like, we're hurting in a number of different areas. And to be quite honest with you, one of the biggest conflicts on this team right now is if you never put the camera on the sideline, you'd think Ben McAdoo was coaching this goddamn team again. Because it's a mess. The stupid penalties are back. The bad decisions are back. The horrible special teams play is back. It's like they are regressing everywhere from last year.
Thoughts on doing?
Yeah. Well, and that's my biggest problem too, is it's like, I could deal with the fact that going into the season, I understood that we had a lot of rookies. I was worried about the rookie corners, worried about Eric Gray catching punts and that kind of thing. What I wasn't worried about is the veterans. Those are supposed to be the guys who are consistent. So when you've got veterans who are not showing up, you've got rookies who are making mistakes, you've got coaches who seem like they don't know what the hell they're doing, and the quarterback is seeing ghosts. It's like, I can't even, I don't have a good reason as to why I should have faith in this team. Like, no one is proving to me anything.
This is going to be a good rage room this week.
You're right. But let me ask you.
Maybe Tay Banks and Wandale Robinson are the only 2 guys that I can be like, okay, I have like a little bit of confidence in you guys. And John Michael Schmitz before he got injured.
Exactly. But let me ask you, give me your opinion on this. What is the disconnect with the coaching staff and the players this year that we didn't see at all from the jump last year? What do you think it is?
I don't know. I think I want to say part of it feels like they had so much success last year that in year 2, I don't know if the players are not as invested, if there's not a lot of communication and they don't know what they're doing. I don't know if it's just they don't care. Like sometimes I feel like I'm watching the games and there's guys who just don't care. They're not even trying. And I'm like, I don't know what the problem is. T-Mac, I think, has to go. That's a problem there. I'm starting to feel like maybe Bobby Johnson is not a great offensive line coach. Dable making questionable decisions. I don't know. And I don't know what the solution is besides players starting to execute. Like I really don't know how all of a sudden they turn this thing around.
So I got a question for you, and I'm going to be the outsider here from this game. Okay, obviously I'm a Colts fan, so I'm used to revolving doors when it comes to everything. But my thing is this: do you think that a big part for the Giants, and this is just again an outsider's view, the old adage, winning is the best deodorant, right? A lot of these problems were there last year, but you were winning, so they were kind of swept under the rug. Then you guys go out, you make a trade for Darren Waller. It's like the old expression, and guy's girl, whatever, like, oh, how is this person single? Because there's someone out there that's sick of that person's shit, right?
Right.
So there's a reason why the Las Vegas Raiders traded someone like Darren Waller. He has not lived up to at all the expectations that Giants fans have built in their heads for what they thought he was going to be. Like they thought he was going to be like, he had that one good game, and I'll tell you where this all stemmed from. He had that one good game in the preseason where there was 6 consecutive throws to just Darren Waller, and everyone's like, oh my God, he's going to be the key point to this offense. He's going to be this, he's going to be that.
Do you think it's a quarterback not throwing?
Daniel Jones is not good. Guys, breaking news.
That's not Waller's
Daniel Jones is not good. He's never been good. That Duke is not listen, guys, Duke is a basketball school. It's a basketball school.
And lacrosse.
Yeah, it's all the bullshit sports, okay?
Okay, and to make a bad situation worse, Saquon Barkley was just declared inactive for today.
He was?
He might as well be inactive the rest of the season. Guys, at this point, listen, truth be told, at this point, I'm tanking the rest of the year as a Giants fan, hoping that I can get into the top 5. You're not getting Caleb Williams. I would try to go get what's his face from North Carolina.
I mean, I'm gonna Joe. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say right now, the way this team.
Who'd you say, Spencer May?
Is it Spencer May? I think last name is May.
I don't even know who that is. Is he a quarterback?
He's a quarterback.
Quarterback from North Carolina.
Yeah, but here's my problem with that argument. Did you watch the first Jets game? If you watched a single Giants game, Tom Brady could be back there. Aaron Rodgers could be back there. It doesn't matter. I will not excuse Daniel Jones for the interceptions. There's no excuse for stupid decisions like that. He's trying to make plays when he has to know better. That's not the right decision. He should not be doing that. However, there is no other quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is probably the one exception that you could put back there and he would maybe have some success. But the line is a joke. It's an absolute joke. It's regressed. I don't care who the quarterback is. They're getting sacked a million times back there. Which is why my problem with the argument is people put in Tyrod Taylor. You think Tyrod Taylor is going to win us some games over Jones? Stop it. It's asinine.
You're 100% right. And if they don't fix the line, the problems are always going to come up. But I'm going to be honest, though, too, at the same point. Joe's wrong. Because if the Giants continue playing the way they played last week and the week before, and every minute except the 30 minutes of the second half against Arizona, they're going to have a legitimate shot at Caleb Williams.
Well, Caleb Williams also said that the Giants are one of his teams that he wants to play for.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They are not playing. They are not playing good football. And the first pick in the draft is not out of the question right now. I'm sorry.
I will say it's pretty. I will say the one thing. Speaking of the draft, the one thing that's crazy. And I don't understand how it's not more of a storyline, is currently right now, the Chicago Bears
1-2, baby.
1-2. 1-2. Mm-hmm.
Imagine going into 1-2 and you could take Caleb Williams and my boy Marvin Harrison Jr. 1-2.
Yeah.
Talk about revamping your offense in literally two clicks of a button.
It is
that's my thing. Go ahead.
It's well documented. I'm going to get into this in a few minutes. If any organization, and I'm going to make Joe real happy here and say it, could fuck that up, it's going to be the Chicago Bears.
Bears are really good at, they're bad at taking something really good and turning it into shit. It's pretty good.
But here's the thing with that is, let's say the Giants do end up with a top 5 pick. In order to get down to number 1 to go after Caleb Williams, which is, I assume, what they would attempt to do at that point, they have to give up everything to get the quarterback, and this team is still a fucking disaster. So you're not fixing this team just by getting a new quarterback. We still need offensive linemen. We're going to need another safety because Xavier McKinney's gone. We're going to need another cornerback because Dory Jackson's going to be gone. We need a defensive lineman because Leo Williams is going to be gone. And like, we need more wide receivers. We're going to need a running back. Like, we need so much shit that we can't afford to give up all of our draft picks just to get a quarterback.
All right.
So that's my concern about.
Would you prefer to, like, if you had let's say you had a top 5 pick, would you prefer just trading that pick and just getting a shit ton of other picks just so you could try and rebuild a little faster?
Probably, because I know look, at some point we're probably going to need a quarterback and we're going to need a wide receiver and some other things, but I just think the way this team is going, we need so much more. And, you know, if we could get a quarterback in later rounds, from what I'm hearing, this is a big quarterback draft. Like, maybe we could get someone like a Brock Purdy status or a Tom Brady, someone who wasn't expected, you know, who maybe didn't have the best draft grade, but they see potential in. I don't know. It doesn't always have to be the Caleb Williams, right?
I'll be honest. I like the kid out of Washington, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Kid's got a good, you know, leading one of the best offenses in the country. They have said that this is the deepest quarterback draft in a very, very long time.
Absolutely. So if you're going to go, you got to go.
Yeah. So you can,
right.
That's it. Michael. I think it's pronounced Phoenix, but guys, really quickly, I think she's ready. So
no, I got one more question.
Hold on. You can hold your question because I feel the rage building over here, Billy. Okay. So Adrianna, are you ready for the rage room?
Yeah. Where do I start?
Hold on. Adrianna, the floor is yours. I'm going to remove everyone to just give you the full effect. Okay. So here we go. So guys, let's get out of here.
All right. So there's a lot of things that I think are wrong with the Giants and a lot of things I'm having problems with right now. But my biggest problem is and always will be the fucking offensive line until they get it fixed. The fact that Shane Lemieux played an entire game last week, I could go on and on about the things that went wrong last week. Shane Lemieux, who has easily been the worst offensive lineman on this team since he's been drafted, aside from the fact that he's injured every single year. He's injured again because he sucks. There is a reason why he has not been on the field until now. And the Shane Lemieux experiment is done. I have seen enough. I never want to see him on the field as a Giant ever again. He needs to be cut or traded. If someone else thinks that they could get someone out of him, by all means, go ahead. But enough is enough. I am done with him. I am done with the mistakes happening at the offensive line. I am done with Dable making stupid decisions about the fact that he kept our $80 million quarterback in the game until there were 3 minutes left when you're down by 21 points. What is with the stupid decisions? Shane Lemieux being inactive today is the best decision that's ever happened to the Giants so far this season. That is the best news that could possibly deal with, because it means that I get to go 1 week of not having to see that loser on the field making huge mistakes. I am done with him.
Tell us how you really feel. Jesus Christ.
I agree.
The poor guy. But like, you're done. You don't deserve to be in the NFL. Enough.
Adrianna, I have a last question, and you're a very good follow, especially on Instagram with the videos. Very good follow. If you don't follow her, you have to. It's just very good. There was one video you mentioned, and I've been waiting for this guy also. I have a shirt ready for him whenever he's ready to explode. But Jalen Hyatt, like, where is he hiding? Like, this guy's speed, and every team that has speed, like, you can use it. They're not using it at all. I don't know. Like, I don't watch enough Giant games to really see. But do you know where he is? Is he hurt? Is they just not utilizing him?
He's fine. He's totally healthy. I think they wanted to feel like they were ramping him up the first few weeks, which is why we didn't see as much as him as we all would have liked. The fans are literally begging to see this guy on the field because we all know about his speed. He's like second behind what's his name? Tyreek Hill. So the fact that they're not utilizing him is beyond me. I understand that the line sucks, but he needs to be out there every single snap, regardless of what is going to happen with Jones, regardless of what's happening with the line. Throw him a 5-yard pass and let him take it. Like, I want to see the slants that they used to do with OBJ. He has that explosive speed. It doesn't always need to be a deep bomb down the field. We know the line can't even hold up for them to do that. Just give him the ball.
That's crazy.
Well, if you don't, like, you can always just send him on the other side of the sideline. We can use him. We love speed on my side.
You got Chase Claypool now. Settle down.
You don't need him. You know what? Chase Claypool, he's a guy that I would have liked to see traded to the Giants because I just would have been curious to see what would have happened. I think it was worth looking at. We need a wide receiver, so we need a lot of help.
So, Adrianna, I know you're new to the show. We have a segment on here that Billy's about to get into. So you've heard of Overreaction Monday. This is our segment that we like to call Push the Button.
Push the button.
All right, Billy. What do we got this week? What's on tap?
We're going to start it off with the aforementioned Chicago Bears. Get rid of Matt Eberflus, Ryan Poles, and especially Luke Getsy. That offense is terrible. They've destroyed Justin Fields. I don't believe for 1 second that there is a problem, that Justin Fields is a problem. It's not. It is the organization. You had a guy that ran for 1,100 yards last year, and he's on pace for about 500 this year. No, that's bad coaching, bad game planning, bad talent brought in. Chase Claypool, we just spoke about him. They gave up a first-round pick for that schmuck. And look what it is now. They barely got a fifth-rounder back for him from Miami. Get them out of there. Gut that organization. Start over. Next, the Cincinnati Bungles, because that's what this team is. It's a friggin' bungle. The offense, it's broken. Zach Taylor, the offensive genius, done. He can't, like, Joe Burrow should not have been on the field for the first probably 3 weeks of the year, and he'd probably be healthy right now if they would have held him out. But now, no, they kept him going, and now you can't stop him because you're 1-3, and if you go down to 1-4, you got probably no shot because that calf is still not right. Jamar Chase is unhappy. Mixon's doing garbage. T. Higgins is now hurt now. The Bengals, who many people, including myself, thought could represent the AFC in the Super Bowl this year, they're finished. They might be at the top of the draft when we're talking about it in April. So I'm done with the Cincinnati Bengal talk for this season. And then we got Patrick Mahomes. What happened to him? It really looked like last week with his wife hanging out with Taylor Swift, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds. It looked like the stage was too big for him. He was 18 of 30 for only 203 yards and 1 touchdown, 2 picks, got saved from a third one, which I do believe it should have been called. But hey, if you don't want to get called for a penalty, Sauce Gardner, don't commit the friggin' penalty. You did. It got called. Tough shit. Move on. The only thing Mahomes did right in that entire game was slide when he made the run on 3rd and 20.
No, he didn't. That was a bad move.
I mean, for the gamblers, yes. For the game himself, he made the right play, and it was the only right play he made all night. So Patrick Mahomes really needs to pick it up this week and show that the Big Apple wasn't too big of a stage for him. And then we're going to go on to the man everyone loves to hate in the NFL, Bill Belichick. Mac Jones has been a disaster. There's rumblings that he's the most hated man in New England right now, probably after Robert Kraft. But he's done, Mac Jones. This will be a team that's drafting one of those quarterbacks next year. Guaranteed. Because Mac Jones is not the answer. Getting him from your buddy Saban, you probably shouldn't be friends with him after he gave you that advice to bring him in. Bill O'Brien has done nothing to improve that offense. If you didn't know better, you'd think it was still Matt Patricia and Joe Judge calling it. The Patriot mystique is gone. The BS that if you put on a Patriot jersey, you can automatically do everything, that's gone. Just ask Juju Smith-Schuster, and that contract already looks like a disaster, not even halfway through week 1. And then we're going to go and Adrianna, feel free to chime in on this one. We need changes in New York. T-Mac needs to be gone. He shouldn't have even had a key card that worked last Tuesday morning. That should have been over with. Jones, he looks like he's forgot to play football. We've touched on it a million times. He literally looks lost out there. And then the stupid penalties, I can't stress it enough. I am sick of seeing things like that. Gary Brightwell would not dress today if it was up to me. I told you that earlier. I stand by it. The BS he pulled on that field was disgusting. I can't even talk about it anymore. I'm done. Get this out of here.
Yeah, huh? Okay. Listen, I mean, you guys are both very angry people. I listen. I think it's a Giants thing. They're both very angry people.
Yeah,
Like
it's gonna get worse later because Miami's just gonna. I mean, they're gonna get.
But I'm gonna get my one
But
last
is this
Giant.
a trap game for Miami? Is it possible? And I only say that if the Giants actually play well. Like, let's assume the Giants maybe give them a fight. Is there a chance that the Giants could pull it out and Miami loses 2 in a row?
No.
Like, what has to happen?
Everything.
Miami's team bus doesn't show up.
Yeah,
Miami's team bus doesn't show up to the stadium.
The entire team has test positive for COVID. Then from there, they would have to the bus would have to break before it gets. There's a lot that has to happen. I don't think that's.
And I was just gonna say this, and I'm gonna let.
That's okay. That's what I was just going to say.
Billy.
Tua gets hurt.
I don't want to put it out there, but like, if Tua gets hurt, can we win this? Who's your backup?
Mike White.
Mike effing White.
He's pretty good.
I'll still take him over Daniel Jones.
But
He's
now,
probably better than Zach Wilson.
He's better. Yep.
Adrianna, I want your opinion on this before we move on because I have mine. I'd like to hear yours. Giants go down to 1-4 today. Barkley comes back healthy. Are you listening to trade offers?
Yeah, but I don't know, like, who's going to trade for him at this point, right? I mean, people know the potential and they know what Saquon is when he's on the field, but he just missed multiple games with a high ankle sprain. He's not even, is he going to be 100% next week? Like, is he going to be the Saquon that he was before he got injured? Maybe, but.
I'll give you an answer right there. The Baltimore Ravens. Look at that backfield.
My ass, though. If I'm the Giants, I'm asking for a lot. Like,
oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
Me.
You have to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Saquon's going to be here next year anyway. So if we could trade him mid-season, honestly, this team needs so much shit. I would probably do it.
100%. And I don't see it being the Chiefs because Pacheco has come on. And
I like Pacheco.
And they showed he could win a Super Bowl last year with Jerick McKinnon, who's sitting on the bench for 80% of the snaps right now. So I don't think the Chiefs need to pay that price. The Ravens, to me, that's an interesting team right there. And any other playoff contending team is an injury away from possibly wanting them to.
Yeah.
And I have a last question. You're the Giants defense coordinator. How are you going to stop the Dolphins offense? They are explosive. They are fast. Bills did it last week. What do you think the Giants have to do to slow it down at least?
I think they have to lay off the blitz because the reality is the front four are not getting there. Maybe Aziz's second game back between him and Kayvon, someone's going to be able to get there. But Tua gets the ball out fast. I just saw some stat that said that even on the blitzes, he's got like an insane completion percentage. So I would dial that down this week. I just think that it's going to be more important to stop the big plays than it's going to be to get to Tua because I just don't think we're going to be able to get there.
Yeah.
They got to be able to stop Mostert and slow down Hill and Waddle, or this game is going to get out of hand real fast.
Don't forget about Achane.
At the same,
Yeah.
that's what I was just going to say. At the same time, you got to have enough in the box to stop Mostert and Achane from just taking over the game because they showed 2 weeks ago they don't need to throw the ball all the time. They have that many weapons there, so you can't fully. You can limit the blitz, you can't stop it because if you do, they're going to run all over.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Let's get into our the perfect parlay. We didn't hit last week. Thanks to someone. Yeah.
That was an early one too, man.
Yeah, like he
Thanks
gave
Trevor
us
Lawrence.
he gave no chance to us early.
No.
Thankfully, he didn't take Trevor Lawrence over touchdowns again this week because we'd be losing again. But let's get into the perfect parlay.
Yeah, I'd like to bet $100.
You want to pick a team?
All right, Jeff. From here, okay, buddy. So this week we have some ballsy picks. Okay. Who took Brees Hall over 60? That was Ray, correct?
That was Ray. Ray took.
All right, so Ray's got Brees Hall over 60.5 yards going against probably the worst defense in the NFL. In a shocking choice, Billy takes Derrick Henry to score a touchdown against the Colts.
He needs a layup. He had a hard time last week.
He had a hard one, so he needs a little bit of a layup.
Like it.
And I took probably the ballsiest pick of the week.
Yes, you did.
Zach Wilson over 1.5 touchdowns this week.
But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen against this Denver.
Exactly. It's going to happen.
This is the only chance you have for this to want to hit. Otherwise, it'll never hit the rest of the year.
Let's give the man his introduction. So give it a second before Jeff produces his pick. Please, let's all give him his due diligence. Okay, Jeff, Mr. Perfect himself, going for 5-0. Jeff, where are we, buddy? What do we got?
I had to think about this one. I went through a few of them. I was gonna go easy and just use Tyreek Hill over yards. I was gonna use Jalen Watts. So I was gonna go all Dolphins, but I said, you know what? Not gonna do it this week. So I have a get right game, and it's gonna be Patrick Mahomes over 285.5 passing yards. He's going against a dog shit defensive Vikings team, so I'm pretty much okay with that. And he played so bad last week that this guy needs to turn around. And I think he might get this in the first half. He's just going to unload. I think this is a game where he needs to get back and show, because this is what they do every year. The Chiefs do it. Mahomes does it. Around this time, we're like, not the same team. They're not that good anymore. And then they just go off on just an absolute ridiculous tear.
And this one's a nice payout, plus 1108.
Yes.
Nice little payout.
Really, really comfortable at this week about all of us.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Adrianna, you're our special guest, right? Give us one to add to the fray.
I would take Mostert anytime scorer. No question about that.
Like it. I have another one. So
see, look at this. You bet with your head, not with your heart. She picked against her own team.
No, I learned the hard way. I picked the first game. I picked Waller anytime scorer. I picked Saquon anytime scorer. And then after that, I said, I also took this before the season started. I took the Giants to cover the spread on the Cardinals, which was 4.5 points. And after I lost that, I said, I'm done with this team. I'm not betting on them. I'm going to bet against them because that will be the only way that I will make money on them.
Yeah, listen.
Even when you get upset, you'll still be happy.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a win-win. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get into our picks. Last week we were all mediocre. Nothing crazy. Ray and myself 8-5. Billy 7-6. Jeff.
Jesus, Billy, we almost picked the same teams again.
Yeah, you guys were off by 1.
Jesus Christ.
So it's
no 2, 3. Yeah, we have 3.
Yeah, we're close. So obviously the Bills and Jaguars game is already going on, so that's a moot point. Everyone but Ray is on the Texans. Me and Billy Panthers. Ray and Jeff on the Lions. Everyone except for Billy is on the Colts. Clean sweep for the Dolphins. We're split on the Patriots Saints game. Me and Jeff going with the Pats. Ray is a believer of Kenny Pickett, and he's taken him to carry the load against the Baltimore Ravens. Again, Ray's the outlier here. Cardinals against the Bengals. I have the Rams covering against the Eagles. Ray seems to be the outsider again, taking the Broncos against the Jets. Everyone is on the Chiefs and the Packers, and I am sitting solo with America's team. Wave the flag, America's team.
I hate my pick so much that I actually love my picks this week because of how much I hate them. I am not doing well this year. But
No, you're not. You're not. You're carrying up the
but
back
that's
of the
why I
wagon.
love my picks because I hate them so much. So I think we're going to be okay.
If anything ever made no sense, there
That
it
made
was.
sense.
Yeah, sure.
It made sense.
All right, guys. Week 5 of the tailgate is in the books. We want to thank Adrianna for joining us today. Adrianna, you know that here at Fired Up Sports, you have a home. Anytime you want to come by, just all you have to do is let us know. The door is always open for you. Guys, make sure to follow her on TikTok, Instagram, anywhere else.
Very good thing.
My YouTube channel is Everything New York Giants. That's my podcast too, and I'll have a new video out tomorrow. I will say this: thank you guys. If the Giants happen by chance to beat the Dolphins, I'm coming back on immediately.
We will hold you to that.
We will hold you to it.
I will not get my hopes up, but I'm just going to throw it out there because you never know.
I would love to see you next week, but it doesn't sound like you're going to be here. So I'll just wait for the videos to come out on Instagram and I'll check out the YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, guys. All the best. Thanks for joining us. We will see everyone next week when I am back in normal territories and not NashvilleWish.com version. All right. So for myself, Adrianna, Billy, Jeff Scarola, it's the tailgate. We're out. Enjoy football, guys.